Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at the news of Gen G acquiring FirstKiller. I apologize for my voice at the moment. I'm sick and I'm gradually recovering, but I wanted to go over this announcement and maybe read a couple of comments and give you my personal opinion on it. Also, we're going to watch the trailer for it. So yeah, let's watch this.
And will this kid be successful? And by successful, I mean win championships, win worlds, win majors. Possibility. How probable is this?
Okay, one quick thing I want to say about the trailer. I like that FirstKiller is using the Fennec. You got Abjack on the Octane, and then you have Chronic on the Dominus. I think this was a really cool move because those are the three main cars that people use in Rocket League. Personally, I used the Skyline at the beginning. Now I'm using the Fennec. I used the Octane for a little while. I'm not much of a Dominus fan, but you know, I give it its respect for being an OG car. And that trailer looked really awesome in terms of the montage and everything. Now let's look at the comments a little bit. The roadies and the announcement is crazy. Yeah, considering all the drama they had. But I thought it was a smart move to add that, because it's like showing you a teaser of the doubters and how you know FirstKiller is probably gonna prove them wrong. Did they really use roadies? Yeah, they did, but I don't think they used them in how do I say this? I don't think it was in bad taste to use them. I don't think it was in bad taste to use the clip. It wasn't a long clip or anything. It was just a little clip, and it was used to, you know, hype up this new announcement. Gen G Widow, my goat. I always liked FirstKiller, honestly. Hello announcement bit. It sure was. Welcome to the squad, FirstKiller. Nice. This guy just said I came. This is the only comment that I heard because it actually made me laugh. And say how Tasha and his team got the first minute first join. Would have been more happy if they announced it instead of bashing on another player. Who did they bash? I'm not really. Oh, are they talking about Rhodes? Because aside from that, I don't know who they're bashing. 3 of the top ones players in the world joining together? No, this is the next real lasso. It's chucked for everyone. Not only Gen G, I think G2 is acquiring Daniel and Beast Mode with Atomic. I don't know if that's official yet, but that's going to be another NA squad. It's going to do great. And SSG, which is actually, I think, the thing I'm going to root for. It's not gonna be as stacked as Gen G on paper, you know, but in terms of execution, SSG really did pretty well on the last Worlds, and I got hope for them that they'll get even better and better. And if they do, SSG does get even better and better, they're gonna be one of NA's top team as well. Well, you know you're doing something right when after watching that, I kind of want to get this trash of a decal. That made me laugh. I'm gonna give that a heart. I don't think their decal is trash. It's not for me. I'm not the kind of guy that usually buys the team's decal. Although I would say the SSG decal always looks kind of clean. And I think the complexity one looks really cool too. Call this from the beginning, baby. How am I so good at predicting? Make me proud, boy, because I've been waiting for this. Let me tell you something. I also kind of predicted this when I was talking with my friends. As soon as I've heard that FK was going to be a free agent, I thought to myself, okay, FirstKiller is one of the top NA players, right? At the time I was thinking, he's probably gonna join Gen G or G2. I also consider NRG and maybe Complexity, although I'm not sure if Complexity is NA. I think they are. But anyway, my first two thoughts, that my first picks for FK to join were Gen G and G2. And I thought about this because at the time they were the best NA orgs, the ones that did consistently the best. I also thought about NRG, even though NRG hasn't been the powerhouse they used to be. They still got a reputation as being, one of the powerhouses in the NA orgs. Like I said, the main reason that I thought about these teams is because they're the ones that have a best chance for a championship. And FK, being a player of his caliber, he's looking to win a championship. So I thought he was going to go to one of those orgs. Now, to go into my personal opinion, even though I thought he might pick one of these orgs, and he actually ended up picking Gen G, I've always struggled with the notion of FirstKiller. Not how good he is as a player, but his personality and overall influence as a player. Because FirstKiller tends to be like the best scoring guy on the team. He tends to be the leader. And Gen G, I think Abjack is the captain, right? And for me personally, I would think Gen G should stick with Abjack as the captain, even though FirstKiller is now teaming up with them. Because you don't have to be the best player on your team to be the captain. I think Alpha is the team captain for Vitality, even though Sen is probably the best player. So it's not always about being the best player or having the most, popular presence in the team. Because I've heard that the FirstKiller is a bit of an egomaniac, or at least that's kind of what has been presented as his image as a player. That, he's the best player on the team, and you cannot build a team around him. When it comes to Gen G's already a good team. They don't really have to build a team around them because they were already good without him. You know what I mean? So adding him, and maybe it doesn't give him that position of power that he had on FaZe or he had on Rogue. Where he was, well, even though on Rogue he was a rookie, he didn't have that much power. But the position of power that he had on FaZe, where he was the main guy. In Gen G, I think it could really benefit him to step down from that ego, I would say, and play more a part of the team. You know what I mean? He could do his thing. He could be the best player on that team, but he doesn't have to be the main influence on that team. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to become the captain or be the leader where everything revolves around him. I think that wouldn't do well for Gen G if that were to happen. I think what the best outcome would be that he would adapt to playing around Jack, and maybe Jack and Chronic, which are two great players, and they have great chemistry together. They have really two good personalities. They seem very chill. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that FirstKiller could, ease into that chemistry with them, and it doesn't become of like a thing where he has to be the leader and everybody has to follow and live up to his standards. I wouldn't like to see that. I don't think that would work. I think if he were to bring that kind of energy, it would be detrimental to them. I think the best thing that he could do is just adapt to them and maybe build. I think it would be really important because he's a really good player as it is. And skill-wise, he's a great player. And individually, in terms of individual performance, the dude is never going to falter. He's always going to be one of the best. So, but I think the most important thing is that he needs to merge well and get along well with Abjack and Chronic. If they can develop a good relationship in terms of personal chemistry, how they talk to each other, how they resolve tactics, how they come up with tactics, how they come up with their positions and how they're going to play. If they can do that while really, warming up to each other, maybe as friends. If not friends, because they don't have to be friends as comrades, as teammates. They can build a really solid relationship that's not ego based on how good FirstKiller is, and it's instead based on like, you know, friendship and team unity and winning this championship. Gen G could do amazing, honestly, if he relegates himself to having like a letting go of that ego that I'm not sure if he even has, you know what I mean? But from the perception of what he has, and including his dad and all, supposedly being too controlling or maybe too into his life. If they can work around that and find like a good chemistry between them, this team is gonna do awesome. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you for watching. If you stick to the end, please consider subscribing, and please feel free to recommend what you want me to react to in terms of like RLCS news, what you would like me to cover. If you do, and if you don't, you know, that's cool. I still appreciate you guys watching. So yeah, I'll see you later.